See on Raadio 2.
Internetis r2.ee.
Welcome to Stand-Up Comedy with Louis and Stewart. Here in the studio, we have Louis Zezeran.
It's Stuart Johnson.
That's me.
Wow.
Yes, it's my first time back in about 3 weeks.
Yay!
It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back, Stu.
Yeah, I spent the time in Tartu. I decided to go open up my summer cabin, too. Found a nasty surprise there that a lot of Estonians can probably relate to.
Is that, wait, you've opened up your summer cabin, you found a nasty surprise? That's
yeah.
That's not a sexual innuendo,
you close it up for winter and stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and for some reason, I forgot to drain the water pump correctly, the water boiler, and they exploded over winter. And then rats climbed inside there and made a nest, and I didn't know about this.
So there's a family of rats just living in your water cooler.
Right, but I had it open, and before I saw the pop thing in it, I connected the pipe outside, plugged it in, turned it on, and it just shot rat crap all over me. I was covered in it, and then I had no running water to get rid of it.
There's rats in there. I call the big one bitey.
Yeah,
okay.
So that was a nice, pleasant surprise.
Okay, you didn't drown the rats, did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think that somehow it had...
They already left. They heard you coming.
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah.
We got to get out of here. It's Old Man Johnson coming back. And we know what happens when Old Man Johnson with his shotgun.
Yeah. So, what's up with you, Louis?
Not much, man. We did Kino Cyprus, stand-up comedy with Louis and Stewart, conveniently named show, on Wednesday night at there, and it was a good night. Josh Howie is great, man.
Yeah, that was a really fun show.
Josh Howie he's an English comedian. He came out as a buddy of mine, and just every line that he says has got something in it. Like it's just every line has got some double innuendo, some entendre, some joke in there, and you're just listening, going, "Yes, that was a joke. Yes, that one was a joke too. Yes."
And yet he manages to stay away from sexual innuendos, which most of the time. So
sure,
I really respect that. It's if you do puns and stuff or innuendos, it's difficult to stay away from the more obvious topics.
It's hard to stay away from those topics.
That's a good one.
Thanks. Yeah, that's right. It was a long one, but yeah. Okay.
I'm going to quote you on that in the future.
And hey, last night I went to see Star Trek. It's amazing.
Yeah, which one?
No. Go away.
Well,
I'll tell you what happens.
No.
Yeah, I'll give it away.
No.
Guess what?
I'm going to see it after.
What
after
happens
the radio.
is we find out that Kirk's father is Darth Vader.
Ah,
right.
okay.
Yeah. That's right. Kirk, I'm not your father, I believe is how it goes. I didn't want to give it away for you all.
I think you just gave it away. I think I figured it out.
I just gave it away. Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Fuck off, man. That's great. Later today, I think at the end of the radio show is the My Yokes, the street race. Isn't that today?
Street race? What's that?
Yeah. It's like this run with like tens of thousands of beautiful women wearing tights, running down the streets of Tallinn.
Why are there? Okay.
Yeah, and they call it Yoksuaeg, which I just think that's, or maybe that's just my name for it. I don't know, but.
So, okay, can we go down and watch that? Maybe we can get some popcorn or something and sit back with a couple of beers.
And then go
see
Star Trek afterwards.
Right, yeah, that's right.
Which one is better? So then you see some Darth Vader costume running down the road. Oh, whatever.
But they had our good friend, John Sullivan, had a special Star Trek premiere the other night.
Yeah, I saw the photos from that. That looks fun.
So what happened was it's the big Star Trek movie. We're all a bunch of nerds. We're really happy about it. Our buddy John Sullivan, Mr. Chili himself, had a special
is that an innuendo?
Premiere.
Sorry.
And they actually had an Orion slave girl, like a girl dressed up in green, serving drinks.
Green body paint.
Green body paint.
Wearing a belly dancing outfit.
Yeah, serving drinks to everybody. And I said to John, as nerds, aren't we trying to get more, ladies into sci-fi? So then why would we go and have a scantily clad green woman serving us drinks, known as the Orion slave girl? John's like, I hear what you say. Let's try and work it out. Everything was exactly the same, except it was just called the Orion girl from now on. That's right. Yeah, right. No slavery was involved anymore, so that's fine.
Women's lib. Yeah.
Right, yeah, she wanted to be there.
I'm going to ask you, can you give a history of what's behind the whole idea about the Orion slave girl? Because I don't know, and I think that you probably do.
Oh, it's just there's a planet called Orion where they're all green, and they have, more sexually open things going on there. It's just part of the thing. Do you want a full history of Star Trek? Because I know everything.
Okay, that's what I was trying to.
Right, yes.
I was trying to gently broach that subject.
No, I'm fine. I'm massive nerd number one, dude. I'll tell you about your Klingons. I'll tell you about your Romulans. Yeah, circling around Uranus, the whole thing.
Gene's rotten berries.
That's right.
Sorry about that one. So I was in Tallinn yesterday. We had this show Thursday night.
Yeah.
I came back Friday morning. And I'm sitting on the bus next to this extremely elderly gentleman. He's probably he's probably like 95 or something.
Right, okay.
And he pulls out his Apple iPhone and starts using all sorts of apps on it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, what the hell apps would old people use? Like, that at that age. Like, they don't even know how to use a telephone that's cordless. And I have no idea what
I don't know.
kind of
You
apps.
seem to have no problem with the iPhone, so.
Yeah, thank you very much. And anyway, he's speaking Estonian, like perfect Estonian, no reason to believe that he's not Estonian. And then finally he looks at me and looks at my laptop and sees that I'm reading something in English. And then he turns to me and says, in perfect American English, "Welcome to my country." And I said, "Wow, thanks, man." And he goes, "It's the first time I've been back since before the war."
Wow.
And we're on the bus to Tartu, and he goes, "Has the Tartu bar scene improved?"
Not really. No.
And I'm like, "Wow, this is great." So I told him to go to Muku.
Okay.
That was a lot
That's
of fun.
right. So he's a Valis Eslana or something, or what?
Yeah,
was it?
apparently.
Okay.
I think he's old enough. He might have actually fought
No shit.
as a
really?
soldier. Yeah, he looked that age.
Why are you finding these people? Why isn't he here in the studio with us? Just talking to this amazing guy.
I don't know.
Track him
I don't know
down.
if he's still alive even. He probably went to Muku last
What,
night.
he just fell off the perch or something?
He probably
straight away?
disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle
Poor
down
old-
in Tartu.
Right.
Yeah.
Done that a few times myself.
And they're threatening to
times.
close that down.
What?
The Bermuda Triangle.
The Merku, the
The
Kiwi.
Muku, Kiwi, and whatever.
But isn't it just like one dude who constantly complains about stuff and like that's it?
Well, now there's another one. He has an ally. It's a woman who likes to
there's
go
two.
walking at 2 a.m. with her baby carriage, and she can't cross that
Oh
section.
no, that's difficult.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
sorry
kind
for
of,
that.
I find it weird though because
What are
like
you doing
people,
taking your baby out at 2 a.m., you weirdo?
yeah, and what I think is weird is like Muku and Kiwi and Trep, they contribute more support to the local homeless population than the Tartu city government itself, in the form of empty bottles. and
Right,
stuff.
okay,
So
yeah.
why would they shut that down?
I don't know. Like exactly, us getting drunk on the street, we're doing a service for the community,
Exactly.
and those people who oppose it are unpatriotic.
Yes,
and I
yes.
think that they could be aliens.
That is our job as so-called comedians to point things out.
That's
in a different
exactly
light.
right. Yes.
Exactly.
So
I am patriotic
with your
by
baby.
being a foreigner and going there and not letting baby carriages.
You can do that. We can be patriotic even though we're foreigners. I think it's a
Yeah,
normal
yeah.
thing. Yeah. That's what. We'd be proud of where we live.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a girl to paint herself in white, black, and blue. And,
yeah, I hear that's fine.
slave
Yeah,
girl. Yeah. A lot of fun.
This week on the show, we are doing another show, even though we're a stand-up show. We're talking about improv and improvised comedy and how these guys work and what they do. Because stand-up comedy, we typically write our jokes. Not always, but, we write something out, we prepare. Improvised comedy, these guys get on the stage, they take a bit of input from the audience, and they just go for their life and go for it. So we got some of the guys from the group Improkraatia here in the studio after this, and we're going to talk to them about improv, and then we're going to do some improv.
We're going to try again.
You
yeah.
ready for this, Stu?
Oh, why the hell not?
Didn't work well last time.
As a
was bit-
stand-up, I rely mostly on my written stuff. I'm terrified of the moments when the audience actually wants to participate. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
no.
they can see. We can see that. Yeah.
Please don't talk to me. But yeah, okay.
All right, we're going to do that. All right, so after the break, let's go to a song. Hey, Kanye West on Radio 2, The Good Life. Stu, we're back here in the studio.
Yeah. Who's Kanye West? I've never.
You never
That's
heard.
the first time I've
are
ever.
Are you taking the piss?
Kind of. That's the first time I've ever heard a Kanye West song and known at the same time that it was Kanye West.
That it was Kanye West. You've
Yeah,
never.
so
he's
I
the
recognize
mysterious-
the song. I just didn't know it was him.
Okay, right, yeah.
Because I don't listen to hip hop or rap or.
Oh, really? Are you racist? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
massive
Yeah.
racist. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
thought. That's why you live in Tartu. Okay. Now, joining us in the studio is Andres and Tormi from Improkraatia.
Improkraatia.
Bro, I can't do that.
Not impo.
Impotence, but
Impotence.
Improv, not
Impro.
impo.
Hippokraatia. Okay.
Yes, pretty much.
Improkraatia. Right. And
Improkraatia.
it's started well. Okay, everyone's okay, this is going well, guys.
So what do you guys do with Improkraatia? Improkraatia.
We sometimes improvise.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
sometimes
walk us
improvise.
through. So stand-up comedy, we get up there with one person talking with a microphone on the stage. What do you guys do?
Well, stand-up requires preparation, but we're too lazy to do that.
Right.
Yeah, so we just simply ask, like, succession, what do you want us to do?
Okay.
And we do it.
That's
So-
it. What, like, can I yell take off your pants and you'll do that or what?
We do a scene about that.
Yeah,
Really?
but we have some kind of a structure of the games.
Okay.
Like in this game, we
We speak only without S's, or
Yeah,
we
or something
speak
like-
only in questions, or
Okay.
we-
or like
something like that.
structure. Like one
So
is
that's why your name is Tormi instead of Stormy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
We were talking about Stormtrooper from Tar War.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Dark War.
power.
Okay, so you've got different structures of the games that you do. So it's not just like yell something, be a fireman, and then you have to like, oh, I'm a funny fireman now. Okay,
But sometimes it's like, what kind of a job does he do?
right, okay.
If the audience says fireman, then he does the scene as a fireman.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
actually, we have like two sorts of improv. We have long form and short form improv.
Okay.
Short form is based on these short, fast games.
Okay.
Long form is just one long story when we ask.
How long? How long is that?
It can be like 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
You just make it up as you go.
And
Yeah.
this would be like role playing
Or even more than an hour.
Or even longer, more than an hour. It's almost like role playing.
So basically, you guys are bullshit artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Even more
yeah.
than us. Wow. So it's just for a whole hour, like you're just going on.
Going on and
With the
on,
scene,
and
yeah,
we
sure.
all have to like work together for the same code.
Okay, yeah.
The
There's
story
only-
can start from different points, but in the all it all comes together.
You have to bring, so you're always thinking, even if you're not on the stage, you're always thinking like, what's the next part of this scene, how to do this.
and thinking what the other one is doing.
Yeah,
what he
wow.
plans to do.
That's such a connection, because the stand-ups were so independent. We're like, screw, oh, is there someone else on right now? Oh, they're getting laughs, whatever, I'll get better laughs
I'm
than
better
them.
than them.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
way better. Shut up, yeah.
We get laughs basically by not doing anything. We just do improv. It's already funny.
Like when we see when another improviser is on this stage, we just go, how can we make it better by joining or by
Right.
staying away?
Okay, this is a really weird strategy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it
Like,
is. I don't.
ugh.
It's
They
like
like,
forward.
they like each other?
We help
Ugh.
each other and we do things together.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that takes training.
Yeah, I know. I can see. Right. Well, I'd much rather be at the pub just drinking and then bitterly despising everybody else
But
that's
the
around.
good thing is that the preparation is all very fun.
Okay, right.
We're having the best time of our life just preparing for.
Okay, you guys are doing quite a lot right now. You're doing shows. You've been performing at our midweek Maku.
Yeah.
So we're mixing. We have a show every once a month on a Wednesday where we mix stand up and improv. Some of the shows, and how's that been going for you guys?
That's been really awesome.
Yeah.
The audience takes us like open-handed. They really welcome us.
Okay, good.
That's
And
what you
we-
think.
Yeah. And we've found ways to mix stand up with improv, like doing improv games that are very similar to stand up. And
Okay, that's right. You're holding our hand, letting us into your little thing. of what
we're
we do.
using stand-up comics also in our games.
Sure. Okay.
Some
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, you've called me up a few times to
Yeah.
do the Sex With Me is like blah blah
Yeah.
blah that
Yeah.
game. Yeah, I really like that. That's fun.
sometimes we just go in and find a random comedian. Okay, you're coming with us, and they're like, what?
Yeah. It's a very nerve-wracking experience for a comedian to think at any one moment you have to get up there and just do your thing.
Yeah, but
the-
we're going to
but
support
usually
you really
yeah.
well.
The Sex With Me thing, the reason I like this is because you'll call up, like, you'll have a couple improv guys, and then you call up a couple stand-ups as well.
Yeah.
And then you tell the audience what's going to happen. The audience names a random thing, something that they see or something they just come up with. And like
a hammer.
A hammer.
Yeah.
And then you have to say Sex With Me is like a hammer, and then everybody who's
There's a
standing
big
up there,
bang.
they get a moment to think of a one-liner.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
Like if the stand-up guys don't do anything, we just cover the.
Okay, jumping.
Yeah.
Is there a noticeable difference between the improv and the stand-up guys, like in the styles? Stu, have you noticed that? Like, or
Not really, because I'm usually too busy trying to think of a one-liner.
This is one of
Uh,
the improv games.
That is the difference because we don't think. We just go.
Ah,
we step
okay.
in. We don't know what we're gonna say.
okay.
And
So
we say
Sex With
then-
Me is like improv guys. They don't think, you just go.
Hey,
There
here
you
we go. One-liners for everybody here.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So, but it takes training, and we
Right.
train a lot. And
where are you guys going? Because you're actually going to Chicago to do some training.
yeah, we're going in this summer.
Okay.
to study in Chicago.
Nice. That's the place. I mean, Chicago has a reputation worldwide as sort of I would call it like the capital of improv in
Yeah,
the world,
pretty
right?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Trent Passy and Yada Yada improv
Right,
from
okay,
Finland.
those
They
guys,
just
yeah.
got back from there.
Yeah,
Right,
they're our
from Chicago.
friends.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So what are you doing over there in the summer? What, do you just hang out on the street or what?
We're taking summer intensive course. We're going to IO Chicago school, improv school, and then also to Second City.
Okay, great.
Which is, they're
That's the
both
big ones, yeah.
big comedy schools.
And it's a 5-week course.
Yeah,
We're
5
putting
weeks.
half of our summer into that.
It's really interesting that you guys are doing it, especially as non-native speakers. Do you know that in these courses they have lots of other non-native speakers around the world? Do you know anyone else, anything else about the people that are going? Or
They're most are them are Americans.
okay, right, as you would imagine.
One guy from
being in
our
America.
group went there last year to do that course.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did he say? I'm just interested, like how many non-native, like foreigners coming specifically to do it, and this idea that there are foreigners doing it in their own language and doing it in English as well, which I think is kind of a wild concept that you guys are learning to do it in both. Like, do you? When you're practicing, right, you're doing your practices, we've heard you do, you're all very organized while we're at the pub, spending your weekends doing stuff. That, I mean, do you, like, train in English sometimes or train in Estonian, or how does that language
We
fit
do
you?
both.
Okay.
In English and in Estonian. Actually,
Mostly in Estonian, but
yeah.
Sure, yeah.
It's not very different because it's just how you speak, how you get your language.
I'm actually interested in how would the course for improv work? I mean, if it's all about not having any preparation, how would you prepare people for that?
It's like
how would the course work?
Yeah, you do different exercises about listening, how to listen very good, and then yes-anding, accepting, and there's different topics like storytelling, statuses,
emotions, characters.
and
So it's kind of like decathlon training for the brain. You do all these different events just to train and get ready for it, but you're just for your mind.
Like
instead.
we don't rehearse an exact scene, but we rehearse like the overall structure and
different structures and forms and stuff.
and how to open your mind. And
Well, how long are you going to be in Chicago?
5 weeks.
5
5
weeks.
weeks.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
actually
from that
6.
area. That's my region of the states where I'm from.
awesome. Really?
Specifically Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which is 3 hours to the north. But I grew up going to Chicago. You guys are going to have a great time.
Let's go.
yeah, we heard.
Yeah.
That's probably why they're going. All right, what we're going to do now, we're going to have a small break, but then we are going to do some improv with the guys here in the studio. Before we do that, our good friend Wi-Fi Karl-Alari couldn't make it in today, but we have another installment of Wi-Fi Carl's computer games updates for the week. I hope it's hilarious as last time. And then after that, we're going to have some of Carl's stand-up, which we recorded in Vilnius, and then we'll have a song, and then we'll be back with that. So
But that song is by the Violent Femmes. It's
It
from
is.
Wisconsin.
Oh,
so it's
it's all-
regional music.
Yay, Apple Pie America style today. Okay, let's go to Carl's computer games clip.
A lot of vegans out here in California. A lot of hippies, too. I don't understand that. I don't know why there's still hippies anywhere. It's like the only group that's still around, right? You never run to a beatnik, right? Never see a fucking flapper Charles sing it down the street, right? When was the last time you saw a raver, huh? You never see him anymore. You see one, you gotta hit him with a blow dart, trap him, force him to breed. They're rare, like pandas. If for some reason still hippies. I had this hippie roommate for a while. Her name was Juggle Sticks. She was super annoying. She insisted everything she bought had to be organic. She actually used, instead of a regular chemical-based deodorant, she used a crystal for deodorant. Anyone heard this before? Yeah? Yeah? You know how it works? Yeah, it fucking doesn't, all right? She stunk, right? The crystal didn't summon some kind of BO fairy who magically made her pits smell like rainbows. She was a vegetarian who magically smelled like lamb shawarma, okay? It was disgusting. And it made me hungry. It freaked me out. One day, Juggle Sticks found a cat in the dumpster, brought him home, named him Dave Meowthews. Come home from a long day, I want to relax in my room. I walk in the door, Dave Matthews sit on my bed, he look up all crazy, and he run out the room. I'm like, what is this all about? What the fuck is this trash cat up to? Here's what it was. Turns out, he was up to pissing on my bed. That's what he was doing. Dave Matthews been treating my bed like a Japanese businessman's face. That's what was going on. I go to tell my roommate. She goes, oh, that means he's mad. Not I'm sorry, not how could I fix that, just starts bragging about how fluent she is in cat speak, all right? You know, I know he's mad, I'm mad too. Are you gonna tell him or are you gonna go shit on his windowsill? How does this work? So I was just trying to stay in my room, kind of mind my own business. But I hear weird sounds from out of the living room, like a weird... I come out there, Juggle Sticks sitting with her filthy hippie feet all over the couch. Now this is a white girl. Bottom of her feet are pitch black. I don't even know how that's possible. Bottom of black people's feet are white, but somehow she had these black bottom feet and she's sitting there playing a didgeridoo. You guys know about the didgeridoo? Right? It's an Australian instrument. It's like a 5-foot hollow branch. Hippies love playing the didgeridoo because it's the closest they'll ever get to sucking a tree's dick. She's just rocking out on that shit, just... She's like, you like that? I wrote that. Really? You wrote what? What the fuck did you write? You know, because it doesn't sound like music to me. It sounds like maybe a bored cow mooing into a fan or Perhaps a robot whale queefing in slow motion. But it doesn't sound like music. She goes, well, I don't care if you don't like it, because he likes it. I look over, who's the he, she speaking of? Well, if it isn't Dave Meowthews. Nope. Sitting next to her on the couch, he's wearing pants. Nope. She can't be bothered with shoes, yet she took the time to knit him little tiny hippie kitty patchwork pants. I said, how do you know he likes it? She goes, watch this. He'll start dancing. Sure enough, she goes back to playing. Dave Meowthews gets a crazy look in his eyes, start moving his head back and forth, going like this. I'm like, that is not dancing, and he just threw up all over her. It's like, wow, peeing on my bed means he's mad. What does that mean, Cat Whisperer? I think what he's trying to say is, next time you're thinking about playing the didgeridoo, didgeridoo-don't.
Louis, what was that?
I know, I messed it up.
That didn't sound like Karl-Alari.
No, it wasn't.
Or video games.
Karl-Alari wishes he was that funny.
We should
God.
shoot you right here.
I know. I'm sorry. Shoot me. What do you got a gun? Oh my God!
We
Is
have a
that
helicopter.
with the commandos coming?
Yeah, we're taking you in.
I know. Even if I brought coffee to the studio, I messed it up. That wasn't Karl-Alari. That was Louis Katz off his album If These Balls Could Talk, which I think is hilarious. Dave Meowthews, come on, that's gold. That's gold. But I got it wrong. That was Louis Katz. And now, as I have had my ass kicked, this is going to be Carl with his comedy, with his computer games clip, and then his stand-up afterwards.
Greetings, fleshlings. This is Wi-Fi Carl speaking to you again through the interwebs and the radio waves. Now, I'm going to talk about games, and this week we have some real nice games going on I want to talk about. And the first one out of the pen is Rift. This is an MMORPG, or a massively multiplayer role-playing online game. And basically, you play some sort of class and kill monsters. I mean, if you are tired of having a life, why not sink a couple of 100 hours into closing portals to other dimensions with people in dresses? I mean, all the armor in that game seems to be a dress of some sort. Basically, cybering in that game is like free tequila shot night at a transvestite bar. It's an adventure, okay? But what's going on is that some news is taking over the Rift news. This is about alien colonial marines. There's a revamp being done by Gearbox. Basically, they're doing new textures and new AI patches because the original game was a major fail on release and still is a major fail. Even though it's been released a long time ago, it's still a fail. Basically, what they're trying to do is polish down some of the bugs and stuff out, but it's not going to do. What they're essentially doing is putting a turd in a gown. And what happens is the gown is going to be covered in shit as well, because that's what this game is, a hunky, steamy pile of shit. So steer clear of this game if any cost. Just don't buy it, don't look at it, because if you look at it, then there might be an alien coming out of your stomach soon, and you die. Then again, if you've been playing this game, then an alien coming out of your stomach and you dying is the least of your worries, because you've been mentally scarred now. Congratulations. But the news that has overtaken all other news from me this week is the fact that Renaissance Heroes has been released on Steam. Now, this is a fast-paced arena combat quick-like game where you go pew-pew, shooty-shooty with other people. But for me, it's also a game where I take my hammer into your face. More often, though, I take my face into your hammer, but that's irrelevant here. Basically, it's a shooting game where you're searching for Da Vinci's lost blueprints, but to be honest, the plot is, in this game, as relevant as the wallpaper in a room full of belly dancers chasing each other with hammers, right? You know, it's a pure arena combat with a gimmicky setting to it. It's a fun way to let off some steam, and it's free to play, so I suggest you go and check it out. It is a little bit pay to win, but you can bypass that with just sinking a lot of hours into that, because I have a lot of hours, I'll sink a lot of them in. I don't have to pay. Well, that's good. So it's good, and that's all from me, Wi-Fi Carl, today. Thank you for listening. Live long and prosper.
With being single, I do notice things that couples and relationships do, and one of the things is questions, and they ask such different questions when men and women. Like, men ask questions that have actual points, you know, meaning. Like, where are we going, darling? Why is the kitchen on fire? And kind of, women are a bit more creative, like, why is the wet towel on the bed again? Why is the fridge door open? And my favourite is, what are you thinking? Now, men do a big mistake here, and they answer. Honestly. I think I want to be a ninja. That's not a valid response, you know. You win a prize at that point. The prize is called coach time. I think men should have sort of a sign system of when someone asks them, like, okay, does my ass look fat in these jeans? They just have a sign, really, no. Because apparently the way you say it is bad as well. I was in a life-threatening situation recently when in a pub, a female friend of mine asked me, "How much do you think I weigh?" All the men in the pub just all looked at me, and I had my biggest stroke of genius at that point because I'm really proud of this. I looked her in the eye and said, "Perfect kilogram." And I was giving lectures later on to all the men.
Welcome back, stand-up comedy with Louis and Stewart. I screwed the whole thing up, but we got it back again. We brought it back. We had Carl's computer game clip. Then we had some stand-up with Carl. Oh, everything was good.
And that was not the violent films either.
No, that wasn't. No, that's coming. That's
coming up.
God, I didn't even get. Wish I was hangover. Then I'd have an excuse for this behaviour. I got nothing right now. We're still here in the studios, Tormi and Andres, and we're gonna do some improv now. How do we take it through us, boys?
So, let's do one game that you are familiar with.
Okay.
It's Two Heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna do it again, the same way. You're gonna have to speak at the same time.
Okay.
No. We speak at the same time.
No, let's make it the other way.
Let's make it the other way.
Let's make it the other way. You have to
challenge.
speak at the same time exactly.
Okay.
We have to say the same thing, you mean? Or?
You same thing and same time exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is there a topic?
Topic, let's just pick something. Give us what you did in this morning.
Okay. Eating the breakfast. Then,
Okay, eating the breakfast. That's the topic. And
We'll talk
Anders and I will talk just
Alternatively.
one word at a time.
At the same time as us, or what?
No,
You're at the same time.
Right.
we're
okay.
interviewing you,
Right. Oh, okay.
and you are one
right.
person. You are one person
Oh, Christ.
talking
Okay.
at the same time.
Right. Okay. I think I've got this.
Okay, let's
Good.
try.
Yes.
Our name is Luert.
Lures.
Stewie Stewart.
Stewie
Stewie
Stewarts.
Okay, so.
Okay, let's try.
Hi.
My
Name?
is
John.
I'm bird.
Today I
woke
up and ate breakfast. It was very tasty. I
have
You
Are
strange.
why
Do
you
tell
me
about
this?
breakfast.
the was tasty.
Yes,
It
was
tasty.
you
Are
telling
me
the
story.
twice.
we
ate
scrambled.
play charades with this.
I gave up. I started using hand signs.
I can't do it. All right. Next game.
I feel
doing
like some sort of
fine.
brainless
Okay.
asshole chopping like a chicken with no
There
head
is
running around.
some room for improvement.
Okay.
There's
sure.
room for improvement.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why it's called improv. Improve.
Let's try another game
For the next game, we're gonna send Tormi out for a bit.
Okay.
for a bit. Yeah.
Because
Get out.
he can't hear what we're saying unless the radio is
The
programmed.
radio's
Radio's
on out
playing
there
the
as
rest of
well.
the
Okay,
studio.
he just has to cover his ears and
Okay.
do beatbox or something. So basically, he's gonna be a radio guest in our show. We're gonna have to think about like who he is, like some kind of a celebrity or a character.
Okay.
Do we pretend that we're other people as well? Like
No,
giving the
we
intro?
can-
Like
we can be
I'm Tanel
whoever.
Padar, for example.
No,
we should
you
be
know,
just.
I know you want to be Tanel Padar.
generic characters,
I know.
but he can be Tanel Padar,
Okay.
Right.
and he should come to announce or talk about us something that is completely unrelated to Tanel Padar, like something that he's announcing.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's Tanel Padar, as we've just worked out.
And he doesn't know that he's standing in the corner.
He doesn't know
beatboxing,
that he's
so he
Tanel
doesn't
Padar.
hear.
But we have to let him know that or something, or what?
Oh, he could be announcing like something,
Okay.
like he's opening something or telling us something, some secret.
Right,
What
okay.
would it be?
Uh-huh. So we have to let him... Does he have to work out that he's Tanel Padar?
Yeah, he has to guess who he is and what he's announcing. And
Oh,
we have
okay.
to
Oh, we
give
don't
him-
tell
Right.
him.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't
We have
tell
to give him hints
All right.
to our questions.
Okay, I got the first question. Then.
Okay, so... Right, all
So
right.
what is he announcing?
He's going to perform on the moon.
He's going to perform on the moon. Okay.
So, because we can all agree that Tanel Padar should probably go to the moon.
Okay, yeah, that's obvious. So, we have with us here. You finally come.
Yeah, I managed to take the last flight.
Oh,
Okay, that's good. I don't really care where you were coming from, but I have a question. What does it feel like to... You've been doing a lot of cross-dressing lately. on national programs.
It's okay. I mean, I've done this a lot of times.
Okay. You're having a big new performance coming up in this totally new place. That's going to be really big for you. How do you feel about
actually, I'm performing first time in Laululava.
Yeah.
that? Okay.
And then what?
Yeah, but after that,
Yeah,
the other one.
the other one.
Not really new place. It's actually a pretty old place, but not a lot of people have performed there.
What do you mean, Lasnamäe?
Even older.
That's right.
Even older place.
Even
a
older
cheesy
than
place,
Lasnamäe.
you might say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Old
Quite
Town.
Reminds me of my fingernail clippings. Once a month.
Yeah.
That's all right.
All right.
I know.
So is the performance at night? Because
Yeah, it's gonna be at night.
Okay,
I
yeah,
like
sure.
Not
I
sure
like
how
the
it-
cover
how
of
it-
Darkness. I like the cover of Darkness.
It'll be a
that's
very full performance, I think. And so
Full?
I was thinking about dropping my pants and showing you.
Really?
That's right. Yeah, where the
Yeah.
performance is.
I'm
Yes.
delighted.
you know,
That's
it-
right.
In some way, you would be performing on your sister, if you think about it. Because she recently announced that she has an
Oh,
equivalent.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
No, I saw this. This is real. I'm not just
But
making it up.
have you seen me on TV?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
of course.
All the time. Every magazine. The other
yeah,
day.
recently, like every
Yeah.
week.
Every week.
You,
Yeah.
You saw the show where I
Yeah.
was wearing a women's wig?
Yeah. That's
So
right.
actually, you really know that I'm Tanel Padar.
Yeah.
Hey!
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't know?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us more about your next upcoming, this big
Yeah,
thing. Like,
The
big
big thing.
how
yeah.
is it even possible?
Actually, yeah, my plan is to walk on water.
I'm not sure
Winter's over,
there's,
though. You
there's
can't
much
walk on ice
Can't do
water.
that anymore.
Yeah.
You have to get there. You have to, you have to sort of rocket along to the venue. You have to
They've searched for water there, but I don't think they've found.
any water.
So, sorry about
Your
that.
audience are going to be like small and green. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. You heard about the other one. Yeah, I had the plan to go to the Mars and perform on Mars.
Mars as well.
Yeah.
Really?
We mean the one before that.
I'm talking about
Mars.
the thing where they
Yeah.
found the big black hard thing
You mean
on the
Earth?
surface of it in that movie.
Is it near the face that some people see?
Near the face?
Yes.
Where do you take your material?
Oh wait, the face was on Mars.
Really?
The other
That's
one.
You mean where the girls go? Venus, right?
Right.
I heard a man lives there.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
REM
Rather
will sing a
obvious.
song about it. That's right.
I hope you're not doing it on the dark side.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to the dark side of the moon.
Hey.
Oh, that's cool.
To do a bit
Tanel Padar
moonwalk.
on the
Okay.
dark side of the moon.
There
You
it
heard
is.
here first.
Doing moonwalk. Watch
Doing
us
the
now
moonwalk.
with your telescopes.
Hey, this game was fun. I love this.
It was fucking awesome.
So actually, I was Tanel Padar saying that I'm performing in
On the moon.
On the moon. Yeah.
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 And to explain the moon thing that I said about performing on the sister, there was talk that she was starting a band called Karl-Alari Padar and the Moon.
Really? Oh,
That's what I was
okay.
referring to.
I had
That's
no
some,
idea.
That's
about
some cross promotion.
I don't know if it's true or not. I
I
just
got the
saw
mooning
it somewhere.
reference.
You got the mooning reference. Okay, yeah. Just dropped my pants. I should have said turn around. And,
right.
yeah.
Now
Well,
I
one
get-
more quick game, I think.
Yeah.
We still got some.
Okay, so we're gonna do
A little bit for you.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
explain the concept first.
Yeah, small example, and then we're gonna challenge Louis.
Right, okay.
Because he failed before, and he has to.
This is his punishment.
Yeah.
for
His
screwing up
punishment.
the
All right,
Yeah.
bring it on. Let's do it, boys.
Yeah, a little bit.
So explain the concept.
Yeah, the game is gonna be new choice. Basically, Anders is gonna talk something, and
Random
if
story.
I say new choice, he has to make a new choice. Like
Okay, so we'll do a quick example. Like
quick example.
last week, I was walking down the street.
New choice.
I was walking on a building.
New choice.
I wasn't walking at all, and I saw a big yellow car, and it stopped.
New choice.
It flew away.
New choice.
It disappeared. So basically,
That's the game.
Okay, all right.
New
yeah,
choice means
sure.
that.
Okay.
whatever you stop it, you continue the story from there.
And what's gonna happen is Louis is gonna make his gig.
Yeah, like tell us start telling us one of your favorite stand-up gigs.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
your
Okay.
your best jokes, and we're gonna just mess with you.
Yeah, we're gonna punish you.
When we say new choice, you have to make a new choice.
Okay, all the time. All right,
Yeah.
new choice. Okay. Okay.
So, do you wanna start? That's it.
Okay, so I got to start telling a story.
Yeah.
Okay. I was at a show, and then I got up on stage.
New choice.
And then I got down from the stage
New
because...
choice.
And then I was sort of just sitting on the edge of the stage starting to cry for a little bit. and I was crying because my mother wasn't there.
New choice.
And then my mother showed up, and I was like, "Mum, what are you doing here? That's amazing that you came all the way to this place to see me." And then Mum wasn't there. It was a dream. And I was just sitting there with my hand in my hands, and then all of a sudden, Karl-Alari Padar came along.
New choice.
And she didn't come along.
New choice.
No, she did come along. And then I was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Do you want to go out to dinner?" And then all of a sudden we're having dinner, and it was really nice. I had the oysters.
New choice.
I had prawns instead.
New choice.
Nice. So the caviar was quite good that night, I believe. So we're trying that, and I'm eating the lobster, and I'm just sucking the lobster. I'm like, and she's looking at and
New sound.
New sounds.
New sucking.
New sound. I'm choking on the lobster. I've got a big lobster claw caught in my face. There's Karl-Alari Padar sitting right there. She's like, "I should take you to the moon." And I'm like, I really prefer the hospital right now.
New choice.
And then, no, I'd really prefer to just go down to the club. So we went down to the club. We went down to the supermarket because I was still hungry. So we're walking around the supermarket. I'm kind of smelling of lobster as well from the previous experience. People looking at us like, "Why is there Karl-Alari Padar and a guy smelling that we vaguely recognize smelling like lobster?" And yet we need some booze, so we go get some white wine.
New choice.
We get some red wine because, that's right. We get some chocolate as well. We think, hey, that's a nice way to end this evening. A beautiful romantic dinner we've just had together. So we get the chocolate and we get a couple of beers, and then we go down to the edge of the harbour.
New choice.
And then we go up to Tumpe.
New choice.
We go into the strip club.
New choice.
And we go up to the Radio 2 studios.
All those 4 choices.
That's right. So we made a strip club in the Radio 2 studio, and then we put some poles in, and then Genka's performing or something, and there's strippers around there, and it's all very rap and everything like that. It's quite amazing. We're having a good time. Karl-Alari Padar's there. I've still got half a lobster in my pocket.
New choice.
That's right. I've still got a prawn in my pocket, and Karl-Alari's like, "Are you happy to see me?" And then I take no, wait, I haven't got that. I've got the caviar, and it turns out the caviar have actually spawned, and now they're fish. And all of a sudden there's fish over the floor of the Radio 2 studio. And we're like, what are we going to do? So we get a fish tank.
New choice.
We throw them out of the window, and then it hits a bum as he's walking by, and he thinks it's raining fish all of a sudden.
Choice. New thought.
You thought that. So Karl-Alari and I have had enough, and we're leaving, and I'm like, "Hey, we should go back to my place because I've got some fishy stories to tell you." And we decide to take a bus, and we get onto the bus, and there's the bus driver there.
New choice.
We decide to get into the taxi, but the taxi driver only speaks Lithuanian.
New choice.
He only speaks Latvian.
New choice.
Welcome to my taxi, comrade. So he's a Russian taxi driver, and we decide to get in there, and we decide to go to my place. There's a pothole, and the wheel breaks because of the bad talent roads, and we're stuck somewhere between here and Mustame. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Edgar Savizar comes up and starts talking to us. All of a sudden, Preet Torbal starts coming up and talking to us.
Both choices.
That's right. There's Edgar and Preet, and they're having a conversation in the dark alleyway, which is really uncommon for those two. And we're like, "What are you two guys doing out here?" And they're like, "What are all those papers that you're burning? They look like emails." And we don't understand. I'm like, "Hey, Edgar, do you want some of this lobster that I've got still in my pocket?"
New choice. New choice that ends the story.
Okay. So then they're making a bit of a fire, and then Mupu comes along, and then turns out Mupu are trying to arrest all of us, and Edgar's like, "Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am?" And then we all basically get taken to the jail cell, and I'm sitting in a jail cell with Karl-Alari Padar, Edgar Savizar, and Preet Torbal, and then we have to spend the night there. Thank you.
Burning emails? I have to ask about that.
Is that what Preet Torbal did? This is a fun game. We should do this with Stuart now. Make Stuart do it.
Time?
Yeah, we've got lots of time.
Okay, let's punish Stuart.
All right, I guess I'm ready.
Do you want a topic, or do you want to start with a
Just give me a topic. Just give me a topic.
Okay, let's give you a topic.
Carrots and screwdrivers.
Yeah.
Carrots and screwdrivers. Okay, so I bought a carrot, and I was peeling it for my daughter, and I decided to peel it in the shape of a carrot.
New choice.
In the shape of a screwdriver.
New choice.
In the shape of a hammer. And
New choice.
In the shape of a monkey wrench. And she came up and put the monkey wrench on my finger and started turning it, and I started screaming out in pain, and she started laughing because she didn't understand her own strength with the vegetable tools.
New choice.
She didn't understand her own strength with fruit tools.
New choice.
with a fruit basket. Oh, that took a bad turn.
New choice.
With burning emails. And so I taught her how to sit down, and I taught her how to use a delete key, and she deleted all my emails, and I had some very important information that I had saved from Louis.
New choice.
From, I'm not very good at this.
It's great. No, you do it.
New choice.
In the moment.
So I was looking for these deleted emails from Edgar that he had sent me. I don't know why I chose that.
It's fine. Go with it. Go. It's good.
And I looked at it and I realized that I didn't understand one fucking word that he had been saying to me. I didn't understand two words that he had been saying.
New choice.
I understood everything he was saying to me because I wrote it, and he took the blame for it, but managed to blame someone else, even though I was the original author of these.
New choice.
I wasn't the original author of these things because they found someone else. They hired a foreigner, but they charged him a whole bunch of money just to stay in the country. Because someone had to pay for the city's free public transportation. Someone had to not pay for the city's free public transportation, and they were given a choice: like, do you want free public transportation, or do you want the roads to be fixed up, the potholes? Nobody wanted the potholes to be fixed up. They wanted to go swimming. They wanted free swimming pools, and what the heck? They wanted free swimming pools in all the roads, but they didn't have enough chlorine, and so there was a shady deal. Savisaar, again, of course, is engaged in this somehow. Ansip was surprisingly engaged in this. Yeah, And he hired his buddy. He used to be a swimmer, and I can't remember the Estonian Olympic swimmer's name. Has there ever been an Estonian Olympic swimmer? Why not? Has there ever been a Lithuanian Olympic swimmer, or basketball player for that matter? The Lithuanian basketballers. I remember they almost beat the American Dream Team in the Olympic. They beat the American Dream Team, and of course that was just a dream because I would very much like to see a Baltic team. Beat the Americans. I would very much like to see the Russian team beat the American Dream Team in Olympic synchronized swimming, which is ironic that they have synchronized swimming because of all of Tallinn's swimming pools, the free national swimming pools throughout the streets of the city, and they have new tram cars coming out recently.
New choice.
They have new cars. Everybody's got new cars. They bought them on loans, and that was the start of the economic crisis here in Estonia. That was the end of the economic crisis when everybody sold their Hummers because Estonia had the highest per capita Hummer ratio of any country in the world. And they still kept getting lost in swimming pools. And
Thank you.
Hey, you did it!
You did it, man.
Look at you with your improv there.
drink some water now.
That was fun.
Now
Not water. I'm going to drink some beer now.
Now we know we have potholes in Tallinn.
That's right. Yeah, we got.
Yeah, to swim.
Wow.
And wet politicians, whatever.
You guys are good. You brought it out of us. This is amazing. Now we've only got a few minutes left. Where are you guys? You guys are doing some shows coming up soon.
Yeah. Actually tonight in Kalamaja. In Teoteater.
Okay.
Don't they have the Kalamaja Paivad?
Yeah.
The Kalamaja Festival.
At the 6:45 p.m.
Fish House Festival.
Okay, 6:45. So you're going to Star Trek, and
Lots
then you're
of
going to go
caviar
to
there.
there.
Yeah, we're going to see Star Trek.
Okay.
For inspiration.
And I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw it
And
last
then we'll
night.
just do an improv show full of every suggestion is sci-fi.
But
sure.
we have 2 shows more. We have in Tartu, Kotka, together,
On Tuesday at 8 p.m.
and we have in Siili pub.
in Tallinn.
Okay.
And they are all for free.
Right.
Yeah.
So where can we find out this information if we want to?
Facebook or our website. So it's
Well, okay.
What's the website?
Improkraatia, not
Okay.
Improkraatia.
Impro.
Yeah, you can just Google for it.
Right,
Or
okay.
search on Facebook.
Okay, and they can get all the dates there. All right,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. What are we're not doing. You're going away this week, aren't you, Stu?
I leave first thing tomorrow morning. Yes, I am going to Holland and Belgium for a week. And you were going to come too, but you, for whatever reason,
I'm
you
not coming
decided
anymore.
not to go.
Nah, 'cause the
And
smell.
I'm excited because it's going to be my first time ever
New choice.
headlining. It's going to be my first time ever headlining outside of Estonia. So I will be closing the show. It's a
Nice, man.
big
That's
thing for
great.
me.
You got
Nice challenge.
the TMF Egan is going to be there as well. Nigel
Yeah,
Williams
yeah.
is going to
Nigel
be
Williams,
there. Christian
Christian
Schulterloh,
Schulterloh.
all our friends are going
Brian
to be there.
Panday, he's been here too.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
good to see him.
excellent. Yeah, but because we've got Comedy Estonia, we've got nothing going on this week. That's an amazing thing for us. We have nothing to plug. We have no events.
You still haven't sent me the flight information. Am I going to be back by next radio next Saturday?
Yeah. No, you're not. No,
okay.
No,
When
you're
do I
back
come
on
back?
Sunday.
We don't
No,
want you
because
back.
next week we've got Eric Sufert.
Oh,
Sufman's
yeah.
coming in here.
He's much better than Stewart.
New choice.
He's way better than Stewart.
First choice.
Thanks for listening, everybody. It's been a great show. We'll see you next week on the radio.
Bye-bye.